Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the South Sydney Rabbitohs 2021 season review. Hope you guys are doing well on this Wednesday afternoon. Before I get into the South Sydney Rabbitohs 2021 season review, make sure you guys go ahead and like this video. Comment your thoughts on the Rabbitohs season in the comment section below. And most importantly, guys, smash that subscribe button. I guarantee you will not be disappointed, and share the video around to your friends, your cousins, your mum, your dad, your sister, your nan, your uncle, your auntie, your pop, whoever it may be. Share the video around, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video and all the other videos that I have on the channel. Let's get into it anyway. The South Sydney Rabbitohs 2021 season review. They finished the season in third place on the ladder, a record of 20 wins and 4 losses. They had a very good season. They finished on 42 competition points. A very, very good season for the South Sydney Rabbitohs, and what was Wayne Bennett's last year as head coach of the Bunnies, and it was Adam Reynolds' last year at the Rabbitohs as well, obviously making the grand final. The Rabbitohs unfortunately losing in a really tight game in the grand final. But let's go through that season, and let's have a look at the year that was for the Bunnies. So round 1, they took on the Storm. They were beaten in that game, 26 points to 18. Round 2, the Bunnies had a win over the Seagulls, 26 points to 12. Round 3, it was the big rivalry game, the oldest rivalry in rugby league, the biggest rivalry in rugby league. The Bunnies beating the Roosters there, 26 points to 16 at Stadium Australia. Round 4, the traditional Good Friday game, which has now become a traditional thing. South beat Canterbury in that game, 38 points to 0. Round 5, the Bunnies beat the Broncos, 35 points to 6. Round 6, the Bunnies beat the Tigers in a crazy game where the Rabbitohs got up 18 points to 14. Round 7, the Rabbitohs beat the Titans 40 points to 30 up there on the Gold Coast. Round number 8, the Bunnies beat the Raiders on a Thursday night game in Canberra, 34 points to 20. Round number 9, the Rabbitohs were humiliated by the Melbourne Storm, 50 points to 0, in what was a diabolical performance from the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Round number 10, Magic Round, the Bunnies bounced back. I was at Magic Round. They were good in this game, the Bunnies. They beat the Sharks there, 32 points to 20, in what was a very entertaining game up there at Suncorp Stadium. Round 11, at Dubbo on a Sunday afternoon, the Panthers beat the Rabbitohs in this game, 56 points to 12. It was one of the only times this year where Souths were beaten in a day game. Round 12, South sit back. They beat the Eels, 38 points to 20 at Stadium Australia. Round 13, South Sydney had the bye. Round 14, the Bunnies, too good for Newcastle, 24 points to 10. Round 15, the Rabbitohs beat the Broncos, 46 points to 0. Another one-sided affair there. Round 16, the Bunnies beat the Tigers, 38 to 22. Round 17, at ANZ Stadium in Sydney, the Rabbitohs beat the Cowboys, 46 points to 18. Round 19, the Bunnies beat the Warriors, 60 points to 22. Round 20, the Rabbitohs beat the Dragons, 50 to 14. Round 21, they beat the Eels, 40 to 12. Round 22, they beat the Titans, 36 to 6. Round 23, the South Sydney Rabbitohs were beaten by Penrith, 25-12. Round 24, the Bunnies smashed their big rivals, the Roosters, 54-12. And in the final round, South rested pretty much the whole team, and they beat the Dragons 20 points to 16. And then in the finals, South finished third, so they played Penrith, who came second. South beat Penrith 16-10 up at Suncorp Stadium, up at Townsville actually, sorry. And then in the preliminary final, Souths beat Manly 36 points to 10, and then obviously Souths were beaten in the grand final. So overall, a very good season from the Bunnies. They had a lot of games where they absolutely flogged the opposition. They had a couple of really bad games as well. So overall, man, Souths were consistent. They had a great season. They deserved to finish inside the top 3. They came third for a reason. They had a great year, and probably a little bit unlucky not to win the whole thing. So a great year from the Bunnies. Some of their great wins and some of their terrible defeats. Some of their best wins, obviously, the one-sided games where they beat the Bulldogs 38-0, where they beat the Broncos 46-0, they beat the Warriors 60-22, they beat the Roosters 54-12. If I had to pick out the best result there, it's a tough one because they had a lot of really good results, but I think the Rabbitohs' best win of the season was probably the game against the Bulldogs in round number 4, the Good Friday game, winning 38 points to 0. That was an absolute bloodbath, and I guess you could say the game against the Roosters in round 24, where they won that game 54 points to 12. That was another great result for the Rabbitohs. The Rabbitohs' worst result of the season, well, obviously the game against Melbourne in round 9, losing 50-0. That is disgusting and diabolical as it gets. And I guess the other result that was really poor was the game in round 11 at Dubbo, where the Rabbitohs were defeated by Penrith 56 points to 12. And what was, without a doubt, one of the Rabbitohs' worst games of the season. But their worst result, I'm going to go with round 9, losing 50-0 to Melbourne. Their best result, I'm going to say, was against the Bulldogs in round number 4 on the Good Friday. Let's have a look at some of their players, obviously. Let's go through their roster, and we'll go through who had a good year, who had a bad year, who had a decent sort of season. Jai Arrow, I thought he was up and down, had some good moments, but a very up and down year from Jai Arrow. Tom Burgess, I thought he had a great season. Tom Burgess, I thought he was excellent. Great year from him. Braden Burns was more of a backup player, but when he played, I thought he did a really good job. Jed Cartwright didn't play much, but looks like a young, promising player coming through. Damien Cook. I said this 1,000 times. I believe Damien Cook was nowhere near his best this year. There's no doubt about it. Damien Cook is an elite player, but I believe his form in 2021 was a little bit disappointing. So, Damien Cook for mine was very average. Campbell Graham, I thought he had an excellent season. Another player that's coming along that State of Origin radar. I think Campbell Graham's very underrated. Thought he had a great season. Dean Hawkins didn't really play much. Alex Johnson was outstanding. He had an incredible year. Top try scorer again. Just goes to show that he's the most underrated player in the game. He just finds the try line every time he has the ball. He's a freak. What a player. What a year he had. Lachlan Ilias didn't play much, but looks like a promising young player. Jacob Host did some good stuff there at the Bunnies this year, I thought. Liam Knight, wasn't really a big fan of Liam Knight this year. I thought in 2020 he had a good year. 2021, bit backwards for Liam Knight for mine. Kyon Kalamatangi, I thought he was unbelievable. Thought he had a breakout year. Kyon Kalamatangi, definitely a player to look out for. I thought he was outstanding. Patrick Mago looked okay. Peter Monzaluis didn't play much, but doesn't look bad as well. Josh Mansell was in and out a lot due to injury, and I guess his form was a bit up and down, but Mansell was okay, I thought. Benji Marshall was good for the Rabbitohs. His impact off the bench was very good, and he was a handy player for the Bunnies. I thought he was good, Benji Marshall. Tarnane Milne really improved this year as a player. Played on the wing a fair bit. Thought he had a really good year, Tarnane Milne. Good to see him play some good footy. Stephen Masters was good as well. Latrell Mitchell, good season. Obviously did not end good due to that shot on Joseph Manu. But overall, Latrell Mitchell had an excellent season, and he just keeps proving everyone wrong why he is a top 5 fullback in the game. And Latrell Mitchell at fullback is only going to get better. It just needs to be a bit more better with his discipline, and if he does that, I have no doubt Latrell Mitchell could be the best player in the game very soon. He is an elite player, and I thought he had a great season, Latrell Mitchell. Tautai Moga didn't play much, too busy bashing taxi drivers. No, I'm only joking. Moga's a good player when he wants to be, but just didn't show up much this year, I thought. Cameron Murray for mine was one of the South Sydney Rabbitohs' best players this year. Murray was excellent. He had an outstanding season, so well done to Cam Murray on another great year. Mark Nichols, very good. I didn't know Mark Nichols was this good of a player. I knew he was a solid front rower, but I did not know he was this good of a player. I thought Mark Nichols had a breakout season, probably one of his best years of his career. I thought Mark Nichols, he can take a bow for what he did this year. He was awesome. Jackson Paulo, very up and down. every time I have a look at Jackson Pollard now, I have flashbacks to that grand final against Penrith, where he had one of the worst games I've ever seen from a winger in the grand final. But wish him all the best. Jackson Pollard is a good kid. He'll get better. Adam Reynolds, he was great for the Bunnies. He had a great season. Probably one of the best years he's had, probably since 2014. Probably the best year he had in a long time, Adam Reynolds. Thought he was unreal this year. Harmai Saleh was good for the Bunnies as well. He had a good year when he played off the bench. Jaden Sewer was very good. Blake Taft, very good kid to look out for. This kid could be anything. He's got it all. He's got the speed. He's got it all. This Blake Taft. He's got the agility. He's even got some charisma about him. He's a good kid, Blake Taft. I'm looking forward to seeing his development next year. He's a good kid, man. He'll get better. Tavita Totola was also very good. And I've got to say, Cody Walker was without a doubt the Bunnies' best player this year. Cody Walker was simply out of this world. And in my honest opinion, I watch every game of football. I review every game. I know what I'm talking about here when I say this. Cody Walker was the best 5'8" in the world this year by a country mile. He was the best 5'8" this year, and it wasn't even close. To the people out there that want to blame him for that grand final loss, clearly know nothing about the game. Cody Walker threw an intercept in the grand final, which got Penrith in front. But what everyone seems to forget, Cody Walker, he could have easily put his tail between his legs and just went, stuff it. You know what Cody Walker did? He went, fuck this, give me the ball. I'm going to redeem myself. And you know what he did? He set up Alex Johnson in the corner, and then unfortunately Reynolds missed a kick from the sideline, which would have leveled the game. But it is what it is. You can't be perfect all the time, and mistakes do happen, especially in the big games. They do happen to the best players. So Cody Walker this year was just out of this world. One of the best years, I think he's, without a doubt, the best year of his career. He was outstanding. Now, to pick out South's best player, obviously, I think Cody Walker was their best. I also thought Reynolds was great. I thought Latrell Mitchell had a great year. And I also thought Burgess, Nichols, and Kalamatangi, and Murray, and Alex Johnson, I thought they were all elite, and I thought they were all unbelievable. South's worst player this year, it's a tough one to choose from, because when you finish in the top three, it's hard to really have a bad player. It really is. But if I had to pick out South's worst player this year, I'm going to probably go with I still think Liam Knight needs to improve. I like Liam Knight, man. I think he's a good player, but I thought he had a disappointing year. So I'm going to say Liam Knight was probably their worst. And I guess you could say maybe Josh Mansell was a bit up and down as well. But not really a bad player for South. But Liam Knight for mine was a bit underwhelming for mine. But overall, the Bunnies, an incredible season. They made the grand final. Unlucky not to win the grand final. Looking forward to seeing how they go in 2022 without Wayne Bennett and Adam Reynolds. I guess we'll have to wait and see how they go. But I'm going to rate South Sydney's season a solid 9 out of 10. They were consistent. They were clinical. They were quality. And they only just got beaten in the grand final in a game where they were bashed all over the park. So a good year from South Sydney. No more Reynolds, no more Wayne. So we'll see how they go next year. But guys, South's 9 out of 10 season. Great year. Guys, that's it for the South Sydney Rabbitohs 2021 season review. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Guys, thanks for watching. The Rabbitohs, a good season. 2022 will be interesting. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you later.